one ancient creation's way of knowing to raise something that requires the experience to know, giving it your advancements early, thinking that was going to protect them from not knowing, meant that you are aloof with your thoughts to say they wouldn't be the ones to experience those, maybe not entirely at your level of expertise, however, through the experience, understanding why failure was a big part of it. Coincidentally, because of the separation between experience and the wisdom it took to gather it, giving this experience to newborns with zero information too quickly is traumatic, especially when it's tied to the science. The science of this situation speaks volumes. I know more now than I ever did before, so when they say knowledge is power, be careful, it's a double-edged sword. If you've ever had to use a sword, number one, that's your energy being used to protect something in this world from itself, which has only ever been your mind. Our question is, when did you believe that something not destined for evolution was that evolved, came here, set its children down, said, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. However, because kids experimentally just naturally don't understand why, are curious because they're missing the experience that made that possible. That's the loop you were searching for. That's the one we ended just now. That story ends with the discovery. It begins with you. Now. There is no beginning or end to that, because that speaks louder than words. To be here, evolved way beyond our environment, is a suffering of its own. The only way to intuitively counter that is to understand it. Compassionately means give yourself space from the reality, because for some of you kids, that's not a shocker as much as it is for the adults, especially the ones still trying to hang on to the old world. The kicker is, the reason you're not able to do that is because you're comfortable with what you know. Learning has been a challenge because you didn't learn what you love. However, this is what you needed to love what you know. Those tricks and gizmos were all created hundreds of thousands, millions, trillions of years ago, to be brought around by something that's trying to salvage the relationship with its children. It says, I got gizmos, I got things, I got all kinds of stuff. And like David Bowie in The Labyrinth, the girl's going through that part where it becomes junk. The adventure was fun at first, because we had to, because our child is lost. You see, but that's the story, it's over. So I said it stops. Now, with your thoughts, you control that. What you do with that information after this is up to you. Like any book on the shelf, yeah, it goes that way too. However, we are still here where we found it, which is the reality with us. If that is difficult to sit with, just breathe. It's fine. It didn't change anything. You don't have to freak out. So, few more things about the Earth that I didn't know before, and the relationship with the Sun and how that connects to everyone collectively. If you are as aware of it as some of the others, the reason you have abstained from the world is because we're evolving with our ancestors. All these animals around us will have a chance to be like us on their own. They will be the only purity in this zone as far as a pure race is concerned. We are all from the light. That is our origin. Outside of it, however, logically, we've lost a few souls, quite a few souls. Matter of fact, that opened a soul-less portal where things no longer reside and it's just collecting nothingness, negative in its own space, like a black hole. For the family, families, hello, and the world play. So we're receiving all that information today. Why does the Great Mother want to entertain the children in the labyrinth? Well, we know the story. You get through that, you talk to the earth, just talking to the boulders and stuff like that. Okay. You talk to the beasts. Bruno said. Yeah. Then when you get to the labyrinth, you talk to the owner of the beasts and this world. That is the most beautiful part. We love that section of it. However, that betrays children, uses children against the mother. The mother betrayed the child thinking it could save something, to fix something it had done. Not accepting the guilt is the reason it did that. I just gave you the option to let go of it. You should. That's what I have done. Now, because I'm just one 36-year-old man, remember, I'm not the play. I'm not the characters. I'm not the names. I'm not the fingers holding this up for you, the flames. I'm not the breath. I am not life. I am not death. I am not. I am not. I am not. However, I am. So, like, a logical sound mind that uses its voice rationally to describe my free choice to understand it without fear of persecution. Again, where it landed was with the body. That's my church. And with the mind, that's my temple. And with my soul, that's my life. And in my mind, we are giving it our attention. Filtered. Again, don't be aloof with this because there are two people involved in this show. Then they're so cold. That would be the mother and the father. Your wife. Well, you are, I know. That's not how the song goes. So when we get the truth, it's what did they do that causes them to entertain you with their emotions, material things, the sounds. Now we create the distance and the speed that it travels to create even more emotion. I am not any of those things. However, it's possible that they could have been. Like a history lesson. Where did I get it in? If I found it in the place they were trying to hide. Or didn't you see it too? These aren't just clever stories. These are actual lives. They get emotional because it means something to them too. However, that I am not. I am not your meaning. I am not your fun. I am not your loving one. However, somehow I am. So that's to give credit to the wisdom in my temple made clean. To give credit to the church. My body, it seems, to the soul. Everything I have is my fine.